In the heart of an ancient forest where trees whispered secrets of old, and the earth held memories of timeless wisdom, there lived a community of monks who dedicated their lives to understanding the nature of existence. Among them was a young monk named Ananda, whose heart was as vast as the ocean, but who, like many, found himself entangled in the web of his own fears and doubts. One day, as the golden hues of dawn painted the sky, Ananda approached the Buddha, his mind heavy with a question that had long troubled his heart. "O enlightened one," Ananda began, his voice a mere whisper among the rustling leaves, "I find myself paralyzed by fear. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, and even fear of my own potential. How can I overcome this and truly take action towards enlightenment?" The Buddha, whose eyes held the calm of the deepest seas and the kindness of the gentlest breeze, smiled at Ananda. "Come, walk with me," he invited. As they strolled through the forest, the Buddha began to share a tale that the trees themselves seemed to lean in to hear. Long ago, in a kingdom ruled by mountains and rivers, there lived a young prince named Siddhartha. Like you, he was blessed with a heart full of compassion and a mind ripe for understanding the truths of the world. Yet despite his privileged life within the palace walls, Siddhartha felt a deep sense of unease, for he knew that outside his golden gates lay suffering, aging, sickness, and death, truths he had been shielded from. Siddhartha's heart yearned to find a way to end this cycle of suffering, not only for himself but for all beings. However, the thought of leaving behind his life of comfort, his family, and his future kingdom terrified him. The fear of the unknown, of what lay beyond the palace walls, weighed heavily on his heart. One night, under the luminous glow of the full moon, Siddhartha's desire to seek the truth became stronger than the chains of his fears. He realized that to embark on this journey, he must confront his fears head-on, acknowledging them, but not allowing them to dictate his path. With a heart full of courage and a mind determined, Siddhartha silently bid farewell to his sleeping kingdom and stepped into the darkness of the unknown, thus beginning his quest for enlightenment. As Siddhartha journeyed, he encountered many hardships and faced many fears. He met teachers who taught him various practices, and he delved deep into asceticism, yet enlightenment eluded him. It was not until he sat beneath the Bodhi tree, vowing not to rise until he had found the answers he sought, that he truly confronted the deepest fears and desires within him. Through the night, as the forces of Mara attacked, Siddhartha's resolve was tested. But with each fear faced, with each desire acknowledged and let go, he found his mind becoming clearer, his heart lighter. With the first light of dawn touching the earth, Siddhartha's mind broke free from the shackles of fear and ignorance, and he awakened as the Buddha, the enlightened one. He realized that fear is but a creation of the mind, and by understanding its nature, one can transcend it. It was through facing his fears, not by avoiding them, that Siddhartha found the path to liberation. The Buddha paused, allowing the essence of the tale to sink into Ananda's heart. "Ananda," he said gently, "like Siddhartha, you too must walk your own path, confront your own fears and discover the strength within you. Remember, it is not the absence of fear that defines courage, but the willingness to face it. Each step taken in mindfulness and compassion, regardless of fear, is a step towards enlightenment." Ananda listened, the weight of his fears beginning to lift as the wisdom of the Buddha's words illuminated his mind like the first rays of dawn. He understood now that his journey was not to be without fear, but to learn how to walk with it, to understand it, and to allow it to teach him the depths of his own courage and wisdom. From that day forward, Ananda walked with a lighter step, his heart open and his mind clear. Though he encountered fear along his path, he remembered the Buddha's tale and the journey of Siddhartha. With each fear faced, Ananda grew in understanding and compassion, not just for himself but for all beings entangled in the web of suffering. And so, the tale of the Buddha and the journey of Siddhartha became a beacon of light for all who sought to overcome their fears and take action towards their own enlightenment. For in the heart of every fear lies the seed of wisdom, and in the act of facing our fears, we find the path to true freedom and peace. In the heart of an ancient forest where trees whispered secrets of old, and the earth held memories